everybody, my name is Chu Lian. I'm here today to share with you a book called Zero Limits by Vitale. This is a conversation between you and me, and it's an informal conversation, so there will be some imperfection dialogues with you that I will not be able to correct it because I'm imperfect. Anyway, this is the book. You can borrow it from the National Library. So I'm going to read to you some of the dialogues. But before we start, I'm going to introduce this technique called Ho'oponopono. It's from Hawaii and is created by Mona. And then Dr. Hulin is the one who is spreading the knowledge today. So this, how I came upon to actually get to be interested in this knowledge is because it's about being in zero limits, and it's about telling ourselves that the four phrases, the four powerful phrases, which is I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, thank you. So these four phrases are very powerful when we actually recite it repeatedly inside our mind, like I love you, 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 I love you. There's no need for you to feel it. You just recite it. I love you, 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 I love you. Okay, now let's get on to read the book. This is the most interesting part. I'm going to read to you some of the verses. And the first one will be the page 7. In response to the repentance and forgiveness appeal of the therapies, love begins the mystical process of transmuting the erroneous thoughts. In this spiritual correction process, love first neutralizes the erroneous emotions that have caused the problem, be they resentment, fear, anger, blame, or confusion. In the next step, love then releases the neutralized energies from the thoughts, leaving them in a state of void, of emptiness, of true freedom. With the thoughts empty, free, love then fills them with itself. The result? The therapist is renewed, restored in love. As the therapist is renewed, so is the client and all involved in the problem. Where there was despair in the client, there is love. Where there was darkness in her soul, there is now the healing light of love. So this whole verses is telling you that once we get into empty thoughts without, not thinking anything, not having rubbish inside our thoughts, very free, full of freedom, then love will fill them with itself. Yeah. Can you feel it? Once you get free of all the thinking, free of all the negativities, free of all the emotions, then love will start to feel it. This is a process like during meditation. But anyway, let's not talk about meditation. Our focus is on Ho'oponopono, the Hawaiian methods. The next page I'm going to read to you is page 31. Okay, actually the purpose of me reading to you is to actually highlight the key points so you can get the essence of the book, and also to find it more understandable, so that you don't need to flip through all the book, especially when you don't like to read the whole book from the first page to the last page. So I'm just stating some of the main points that may help you to understand what is this book all about. Then page 31. You have two ways to live your life, Dr. Hulin explained. From memory or from inspiration. Memories are old programs replaying. Inspiration is the divine giving you a message. You want to come from inspiration. The only way to hear the divine and receive inspiration is to clean all memories. The only thing you have to do is clean. Dr. Hulin spent a lot of time explaining how the divine is our zero state. It's where we have zero limits, no memories, no identity, nothing but the divine. In our lives, we have moments of visiting the zero limit state, but most of the time we have garbage, what he calls memories, playing out. So these verses explain to you about the zero limit. From my understanding, zero limit is a kind of a state whereby the Buddha reached nirvana, whereby there's nothing at all, it's emptiness, then no thoughts, no memories, no negativities, no sufferings, no nothing. At that state whereby you can absorb all the knowledge easily, and you can absorb love into your life easily. I think that is what he means by zero limits. The next page, I'm going to share with you a little bit about Mona. Mona is the one who actually create the method, the improved process of Ho'oponopono. She is the beloved Kahuna, who actually taught the method to Dr. Hugh Lane in November 1982. And Moana is actually a miracle worker lecturing at hospital, college, and even the United Nations. So because of that, Dr. Hugh Lane went on to study under her. At first, Dr. Hugh Lane thought she was talking to spirits and sounded nuts, very crazy, sounded crazy, and so he left, but he still went again. I find it quite interesting why he find her crazy, but in the end he still completed the whole course, and now he started to teach us the method. Okay, so what about Mona? She actually left some words to us before she left for the heaven. So the words goes like this. It's on page 45. Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Son as one. If I, my family, relatives, and ancestors have offended you, your family, relatives, and ancestors in thoughts, words, deeds, and actions from the beginning of our creation to the present, we ask your forgiveness. Let this cleanse, purify, release, cut all negative memories, blocks, energies, and vibrations, and transmute these unwanted energies to pure light. And it is done. Okay, from this whole phrase, right, actually Joe explained that he can see it was based on forgiveness. My understanding for this forgiveness is to actually forgive the past, forgive forgive ourselves, forgive those people related to us. It's like asking for forgiveness, and especially because when we start our human evolution, we might have offended people, we might have harmed people, we might have harmed animals, etc. We might have done something bad to the nature that we are not aware of. So we are here to actually ask for forgiveness, and also to forgive ourselves for doing all these things in the past due to our ignorance. Because when we start our human evolution, we won't know anything until we start to experience life. Anyway, if you want to know more about human evolution, you can actually check out a society called Theosophical Society. They have a lot of books related to human evolutions and how are we going to live our life on this. Anyway, let's move on. The last thing I'm going to share with you is A little history, a little story about this Dr. Hulin, how he goes about healing the mental hospital in Hawaii. He spent 3 years there, working as a psychologist. He spent 3 years as a psychologist at Hawaii State Hospital, a psychiatric facility operated by the Hawaii State Health Department. And he only spent 20 hours a week. Wow, you imagine 20 hours a week only. It's like a part-time job. And it's quite interesting to work as a psychologist, but I think at that time it's also very unpleasant for him to work there, because this mental hospital, they are full of those male patients who have committed criminal acts of murder, rape, drug use and assault, and battery against people and property. So you can imagine it's very unpleasant to be working there. Then on a given day, there were several patients in mental restraints around their ankles and wrists to prevent violence against each other. And these patients were not intimately involved in their care and rehabilitation. There's no off-unit activities, recreation or work. Visits by the families were very rare. And the stay in the unit by a typical patient ran into years, the cost being, I think what Dr. Hulin believed is about $30,000 a year. Then staff sick leave ran extremely high. So there's a lot of staff absent from duty, and the physical environment of the unit was rat and somewhat run down. Then the unit staff was composed of basically wonderful and caring people. This is what happened. These are the true facts. These are the facts that came from Dr. Hulin. Then when he left, the hospital had to close down. So seclusion rooms were no longer in use. Wrist and ankle restraints were no longer in use. Violent acts were extremely rare. Patients were responsible for their own care. Off-unit recreational activities were ongoing and not requiring approval by a psychiatrist on the use of ankle and wrist restraints. Off-unit work activities began, such as car washing without the approval of a psychiatrist on the use of ankle and wrist restraints. Visits in the unit by family were taken place, and staff sick leave was not a chronic problem. Then the unit environment greatly improved with painting and maintenance, and because people cared. The turnaround time for patients from admission to leaving the hospital was greatly reduced to months instead of years. The quality of life for both patients and staff shifted dramatically from being custodial to one of the family, people caring for one another. So Dr. Hulin stated that he actually did the self-identity through Ho'oponopono process of repentance, forgiveness and transmutation for whatever was going on in himself, that he himself experienced consciously and unconsciously as problem before, during and after leaving the unit each time. He did not do any therapy or counseling with patients on the unit. He did not attend any staff conferences. He took 100% responsibility for himself to clean with the stuff inside himself that caused him problems as staff psychologist. So he said that he's the creation of he is perfect as is with everyone and everything. So it's incredible he actually did such a great deed by improving the mental health situation, and then the mental health hospital in the end closed down because there's no need for the hospital anymore. I'm actually being really out by this story at first when I actually read it online. There's some of the bloggers have actually written the story about him. One of them is Joe Vitale, the great writer of this book, Zero Limits. Anyway, I have come to an end of our conversation, and I hope you will enjoy reading this book. It's called Zero Limits. So this is my library receipt. Anyway, it's called Zero Limits and by Joe Vitale. I hope you will read this book as soon as possible, as this will help you in your spiritual growth. And also, maybe if you are interested to attend a total healing course, you can actually go to his website at www.hooponopono.org. You can see his work over there, or you can also Google his work, or you can even add him at Facebook if you are lucky to find him. Anyway, that's it for the whole conversation. I hope you enjoy my first conversation ever, and I look forward to more conversation with you all once I have enough knowledge that I attain, that I will share to you as my dear readers, as my dear followers, as my dear friends. I hope you enjoy today's program, and hope you have a good day. Bye bye.